Hello, welcome back to Abstract Village. In the last video, we have discussed about what we are discussing about, that is Django framework, and glance of about Django. Now we need to quickly set up Django and get started with that project. To do that, you need Python to be installed. You can directly go to Python website python.org and go to downloads and download the recommended version depending on your OS. Here in my case, it should be Windows installer, which I have already installed, and ensure that you have enabled add path option for command line so that we can use it in command line. Then it's a one line command to install Django. Let me quickly show you. Just press pip install python. So you will get installed, but as it is already installed in my system, you got some warning messages. Right now, going back to Django basics. So what I'm teaching in these tutorials, I'll use Django documentation as my reference so that you can also develop similarly. So using the Django documentation is a very good way of developing websites in Django, because it's a well-defined documentation. You'll get solution to any problem which you have encountered. So basically, Django framework is an MVT architecture, which is model view template. Normally all the Java frameworks are MVC, model view controller, but here it comes as MVT. So what is M? M means model. Model means all the database related things, all the tables, all the rows which you insert, all these come under models. We'll write it as in the part of models. And views are the main Python codes where we write our main logics and render templates. Templates are like HTML pages, but which are created dynamically. We can send the data from view to template and display the data at the template part, which is very easy. We use their codes. We'll explain in the coming videos, which is very simple. Right, so from view we'll render templates and send the data required to the template and display there. So this is the flow. First, models, which are the database related things which are used in views, and views render templates. That's all. It's very thin line, MVT. Now let's get started. How to create projects, what is project and all. This is a Django glance. We'll have this glance after completing all our tutorials so that you'll know what we have learned. So as I said, already installing is very simple. It's a single line command. Now let's get started. Here is a command to check whether Django is installed in a system or not, which is very easy. So it's installed 3.1. Now let's go create a project. What is a project? Project is something like creating what you required. Means I can create my own project like Satvik, Abstract Village. Any project you can create, right? It makes sense, right? But every project has something called template associated with it. Every project has, it's not template, it's app associated with it. One app can be used in multiple templates. We'll discuss everything in detail in coming videos, but it's just a glance. Let's get started. Create a project named Abstract Village. So let me create in desktop, cd desktop. Now I'm just creating a project called Abstract Village, which is our channel name. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please click that subscribe button and enjoy the videos which we deliver. Will be high quality and will be very easy to understand all the tech videos which we post. Right, let's get started. cd Abstract Village. I'm going to that directory and I'm opening it in VS Code. So throughout this series of videos I'm gonna use VS Code, which is very easy to use and very powerful, which is open source, which you can directly install from a browser. It's available in all the OSs. So I'm using it. If you want, you are feel free to use any editors. Editor don't matter for the content which we are discussing. Right. Let me quickly show you the hierarchy of the files. When you spin up a project, all the files were created dynamically by Django. That's one of the key feature of Django, because we should not waste our time in creating files, doing that stuff, right? We should directly jump into code and code it. As I said, settings.py. This is the main file which walk you through the complete Django. Let me show you everything which is available in this file. This is a header path which is required to get the OS paths and all. Secret key which makes Django more secure. Debug is true. This should not be true while deploying. Here you can see all the errors, why the page is not rendered, what are the errors raised, etc. As I said, every project has some apps. You need to write those apps here. There are some predefined apps provided by Django, like session handling, etc., static file handling. So these apps are provided by Django people, and while you spin up a project, automatically this comes. Please don't remove them, they are very useful. And middleware, this is slightly complicated topic we'll discuss in coming videos. And root directory, URLs. So let me explain you what are the URLs. Here you have a file, right? urls.py. So part of that file. And here, coming to templates, what are the templates you are using? Means backend, what is the directory of that? Here Django templates we are using. So this is very general, don't need to change. WSGI application, so it is used in hosting. Don't bother much about it while development. While talking about hosting, I'll explain you about that. And databases. Defaultly, it will give you SQL Live 3 or feel free. You have free hand to use any database, but I prefer using SQL Lite 3 because it is in-house database and very lightweight. And password hashers, to store the passwords of the users securely. Django uses passwords hashes. You can also use them. You have many password hashes available. You can just install those libraries and use them. I try to show one of that in the tutorial. And coming back to this, these are some standard stuff which you need to maintain, like time zone, language code, etc. Don't bother much about this. And here static URL, here static content will be stored here because it need to be used. I'll explain that also, but you can now make sense by saying what is this, right? Okay, I haven't explained about host, allowed host. This also will discuss in detail while hosting. It is not much mandatory in local, right? Coming back to urls.py, here we'll write URLs, means what we need. Like, see here we have a URL called /channel. So such things are mentioned in this URLs file. For suppose I have a website kautasarthik.com, which I told you in my initial videos. So it have a URL called /skills. Right, this type of URLs are mentioned in urls.py file. All the URLs which you want to like achievements /achievements. Sorry, we'll mention all this in URLs file here, right? But we have multiple applications, right? So we'll create a urls.py file there and import that here, and like we'll attach both. I'll show you how we'll do that, but basically all the URLs should be here, right? Nice. So let's get started. let's go to next part. We have created a project, we have verified how the files will be, what are the different files, and the remaining files are not much important. This is for deployment, this is the file we'll not use much, and init.py, so everyone know that, right? To initial files, which is very basic Python, so we don't discuss that here. Yeah, this is the file directory format. Yeah, I forgot to explain you about manage.py. I think here it is. Yeah, so this is the main file which drives you throughout your program. That is, if you want to run something, we'll use here. If you want to do anything, we'll use here. 1 minute, let me quickly show you from this server and show Python manage.py run server. So defaultly Django runs on 8000 port. You can modify that if you want. I'm not gonna do that because it's fine for me. I'm going to, so successfully Django is installed and now it's running. If debug is true, you'll get all these files. If debug is false, you don't get all this. So this is the home page which you get. Here Django, as I said, Django has well-defined documentation. They gave those links, you can go through them. Right. Now let's go and create an app. App is one of the module in the project. One app can be used in multiple projects. Right. So we'll start a new app. Like for login, you have created an app. The same app can be used in multiple projects. It's for reusability of code, more probably, right? Let me go through that. Create an app. Let me create an app quickly. Just go to the same project directory. Sorry, I did something mistake here. Now I'm stopping the execution and going to the project directory, and I'm creating an app. So what project we should start, that we need to discuss here. Okay, let me walk you through. Like, we'll design an application to send some images to your friends, right? Makes sense, right? You can send friend requests, you can send images to your friends. That is the application that we want to deliver here. Sending the images means not like messaging. If you post an image, that should be displayed in your friend's homepage, and whoever the friend post photos, those should come to your homepage, like Instagram, right? If I post some photo, it should deliver to all my friends. We are not gonna talk about application means system design here. We are not gonna do it optimizedly. We are just implementing it in Django. We are learning Django here, not system development. So okay, what name should I give to this app? Okay, let me give it as Satvik. So I gave my app name as Satvik. Now new app is created. You can see files here. Satvik is created and it got some files. As I said, models. Models means all your database related stuff are written here. Let's quickly go to next part. Nice. So we have spin up our application. Now we'll write an index page. Okay. Now for some time we'll not use documentation anymore. We are doing hands-on coding. Let me explain you how views work, and then we'll go back and do our own project. So firstly, I want to show you how view work. What is view? As I said, view is the main logic which we write, which renders HTML pages. Now I'm gonna write it here, and I also want HTTP. 1 minute. Let's go to documentation once. Yes, we need this. As I said, if I want anything, I'll get it from the documentation. Nice. So I want to return something from here. As I said, you need to know basic Python. I'm writing a function called index. So it should accept some parameter called request, right? Now we need to render something here. We can render HTML pages, or we can directly write the message into the HTML page using HTTP response. Now I'm going to write that response. I'm not gonna mess up by creating a new HTML file. Here you can send any HTML response, but for time being, let's send normal response and say this need to be mentioned in URLs. Right, what happens if I run like this? Let me test it. As I said, throughout the series will be doing mistakes, correcting them. The true learning will be there. So you are not getting anything, right? Why? How to access that? As I said, you need to write URL for it. When to call this view index, that we need to mention. But we do not have any URLs file in Satvik application, right? So we need to create one. I'm creating it with the name urls.py. Nice. So this is the file. It should be, I can copy this and paste there. Nice. So I have copied and pasted the application here. That urls.py file here. Now I need to write this particular view here. So how we'll do that? I'll show it now. So you need to import that from your views.py. You need to import all the views and then use that view and URL. I'll show you before writing that, then you can understand it clearly. So you need to use it like this. You need to import those views first. I am importing all the views first. As I said, you need to know Python, else it would be like a Spanish or Japan movie, so you cannot understand anything. So if you don't know Python, first learn Python and come back to this series. Right, from views I am importing all. Now I'm mentioning path as, okay, let me keep it as normal, and I need to call what we should call here. We should call view. Which view? The view name is index, right? So we need to call index view here. So views dot index. So it should be rendered, and we can give name to your view, right? Name equal to index. I think this should work. Okay. Save. How? Yeah, it worked. Let's see what happened now. Nothing happened. So how to access that? We gave it, right? Or it should be, I gave directly space, but even then it is not coming. Why? Where we mentioned it in URLs file of Satvik application, but our project is abstract tutelage. Abstract tutelage don't know this URLs, right? We need to import this over there. How we can do that? Go to URLs file. They have given that you have a method called include. So I am including it. Right, you can directly use like this, which I am gonna use now. So how we are doing it, I'll show you in the documentation. See here you need to mention that which one you want to call. like I have include here, right? 1 minute, I'll show you. Here I have include, right? Now I need to mention that path of space comma, what is our app name? Satvik dot urls. It will not work because we need to include it. Include Satviks.urls. So I have included as space. So defaultly it will take it. I'll explain you. It will be like you cannot understand it in a one go, but you can understand. Okay, I messed up something. Yeah, it should be in quotes. Now it should work ideally. Yeah, it's working. Now let me refresh this page. You should get some content. Hi you. Yes, we got it. How it worked? How it worked now? Let me explain. Here I have included it as space. Means it's an empty URL. If you don't enter anything, this part of URL should be called. I have included it in such way. And in those, I have included it as space for index view. Right. I think you understood it. Let's change it and understand more clearly. Let me make it as Satvik slash. Now you will not get that. Ideally it should be the case. Let's go and check it. Yes, you haven't got it right. Why you haven't got this? Because you do not have direct URL now. You need to select one of these URLs. I'm going to Satvik now. Now you got hi you. Why? Because I have mentioned Satvik in the URLs there. So that is the case. If I remove that, you will get it. Now let's go and hit this. Yes, you got it. I hope you understood it clearly now. Similarly, here also if you change the URL, you will not get it. Hi slash. I'm making URL as this. Now if I refresh, you will get page not found. Yes, because you do not have that URL /hi. Now you have that URL. You can mention it in your applications, or you should mention it in you should mention in both URL files. So this is how it works. This is how you render a view. Now let's go and change this. We'll try to write some HTML content. H1 tag. H1 from abstract to village. Nice. So let's see what happens now. I think I have removed that, right? Going to URLs. No. Okay, let me remove it. Nice. Now let's go and hit enter. See, now you got H1 tag. So you can use HTML tags when you are using HTTP response. Right. So this is how we interact with HTML pages. It's awesome, right? We have written this in Python, but you are getting output as HTML file. That is the main requirement of these frameworks of Django, using Django. Right. So this is how Vue works. In the next video, we are changing the content of the page dynamically from Vue. Thank you. Let's see in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, comment and share the video to the people who may like it, who want to learn Django. Thank you.